Hi, this is Joan Hall from choirparts.com, but today I'm not talking about parts. Today I'm going to talk about unison singing. Somebody asked me a question about unison singing, so that's what we're going to address in this video. So what is unison? The definition of unison is when more than one singer, instrument are all playing the same note. So with a gospel choir that usually has 3 parts, soprano, alto, tenor, if all of the parts are all singing the same note, that's unison singing. And this is used sometimes in various gospel songs. It's very common. Also, the congregation very often sings in unison. One thing that is also called unison sometimes, but is a little bit different, is singing in octaves. Octave singing, I'm going to pull up my keyboard here. In octave singing, you have one person that's singing one note, like the ladies might be singing this higher B flat, la, and the men might be singing this lower B flat, la, and it sounds very similar to unison. It has a similar feel, but they're actually singing an octave apart. So sometimes octave singing is also called unison singing, and sometimes it'll be used in the same way. A familiar song that uses unison singing is The Reason Why We Sing by Kirk Franklin. And all of the parts, sopranos, altos, and tenors, all sing in unison on that song. Familiar song that uses octave singing is Available to You by the Thompson Community Singers. You can hear some of the tenors singing an octave below where the sopranos and altos are. They're singing in octaves. So why is this done? You know, choirs specialize in singing parts, sopranos, altos, tenors, singing beautiful harmonies and all that, but there are some times that it can be really nice to have a unison passage. The pure sound of just one note being sung by lots of people, it can be a really beautiful thing. If you compare it to food, there are some dishes that you make that have a lot of different ingredients. You had some of this and some of that and all these things, and they work together with each other and make this wonderful, delicious dish. But sometimes you make something that only has one ingredient, like a glass of orange juice has one ingredient, and just that one ingredient by itself can be so wonderful. It's the same with unison singing and harmony singing. Each one can bring a very beautiful feeling. Something else about unison singing is that it can add impact to the lyrics and the meaning of a particular passage. When everyone sings it together in unison, a lot of times it adds impact to the words, and sometimes it just makes the words easier to understand. If everyone's on one note, if you have something with a lot of words or complicated lyrics, sometimes those lyrics are easier to understand and have more of an effect on the listener when everyone sings the line in unison. So it is a really wonderful thing. So even experienced choirs that know how to sing great harmony will sometimes do things that have unison passages, and it can be really wonderful. Now the challenge of singing in unison, because it can be challenging even though everyone's on the same part, if anybody is singing a different note from everybody else, it really stands out. So when you're doing a unison passage, you want to practice and make sure that everybody is solid on their note, because if one person is out of line, you know. Also, when everyone is singing the same parts in the same note, any differences, if somebody's a little bit off in the rhythm or a little different with the pronunciation, that also really stands out. So when you sing unison, you want to really practice it and work on singing with one voice. Practice that rhythm so that everybody's getting the rhythm just right, hitting all the notes the same length, pronouncing everything the same way, everybody hitting the T at the same time, everybody hitting the S at the same time, ending the S at the same time, all that stuff so that it really sounds like one voice, everyone coming together, and it can be really wonderful. So that's the little talk, a few thoughts about unison singing. It's a great thing. Don't think that something is easy just because it's unison. You still need to practice it. If you want to hear more stuff about choir directing and choir Songs, you can like my, hold on here, you can like my Facebook page, choirparts.com. There we go, choirparts.com on Facebook, and also check out the website choirparts.com. Do a lot of stuff with harmony. That's it. Hope to see you soon. Bye.